I've some idea of what it takes for us to meet on these Monday mornings. You click on the North Hills link that's come into your email, and that's after having clicked on maybe 20 other things already in the morning. Or if we're meeting at the end of your day, you've probably clicked on 100 or more things today, just getting your mail and going online for work, shopping, research, checking the weather, contacting friends and family, whatever. And now, what I've given some concentrated thought and study and prayer to, you were giving 6 minutes or so of your attention to. I'm glad, but I know it's not easy. I typically feel pulled strongly in many different directions from all the varied directions by which the media seeks my attention. I may have a hard time taking it all in, and I may struggle even to know my own mind. Observers have noted that in society now our attention flits from stimulus to stimulus, so that altogether we have a kind of collective ADHD. In the book Benedict Option, Rod Dreher writes, "Online technology in its various forms is a phenomenon that by its very nature fragments and scatters our attention like nothing else, radically compromising our ability to make sense of the world, physiologically rewiring our brains and rendering us increasingly helpless against our impulses." That's all. Well, and how about if I want to build into my life and into my brain regular moments in which I come into clear connection with God? I want to be open to Him so that I can see and hear from Him in everyday life. Let me suggest a simple model for doing just that from the life of Jesus Himself. It's just this. I come into connection with God as I individually open my heart for Him to shape it, and as I communally express my heart in loving service. The open heart and the expressing heart. In this way, He becomes clear to me, and life itself becomes clear. Now, notice how Luke describes the pattern of Jesus in His ministry. But now, more than ever, the word about Jesus spread abroad. Many crowds would gather to hear Him and to be cured of their diseases, but He would withdraw to deserted places and pray. That's Luke 5. Mark also shows Jesus following this pattern. He punctuated His dynamic service to others with solitary prayer. Mark 1. In the morning, while it was still very dark, He got up and went out to a deserted place, and there He prayed. He was alone for some time and could not easily be found by His inner group of followers. But it was essential that Jesus regularly opened His heart to His Father as He expressed His heart in love to others. The two together, the open heart and the giving, loving heart, gave Him clarity about what His life was about. Now, many people have learned this in the history of Christianity and have passed their learning on to us. I've appreciated the story of Augustine in the 4th century as revealed in his Confessions. Talk about scattered attention and in all the wrong directions. But God reached his heart through the words of Paul and said to him, "Clothe yourself with the Lord Jesus Christ, and do not think about how to gratify the desires of the flesh." Romans 13. Augustine knew that his heart needed a major reshaping. And soon after his baptism as a Christian in Milan, he went back home to northern Africa, a coastal town named then Thagast, and what is now the coast of Algeria. He went home and began to gather a community to pursue with him the heart of Jesus Christ. And the community dedicated itself to focus on two things: opening the heart to God and giving from the heart in service. What became known as the Rule describes an inward journey toward God in in community together, and an outward journey in service to others, also in community. This still works today for you and me. Just minutes of quieting myself. I often receive the words of Jesus, "Peace, be still." And then letting my attention be all His in a moment of solitude. It's transforming to my heart. I stop in awe. I surrender to His love. I give my worries to Him. I confess my sins. And I receive a fresh infusion of faith and hope and love. I then see the day before me in a fresh clarity, and I meet the people in my day with a fresh generosity and self-sacrifice. And in my own simple, imperfect way, I live the life of Jesus. From the solitary place of openness to the Father, to the communal place of openness to you. From love to love, in a life that couldn't be more clear and more real.